Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and here we have a new model that's a collaboration between Tuff Knives, the PSYOP, and RSK Knives, and basically they had a baby. So we got a hybrid between basically these two models, but a mini version. These two guys right here are designing great knives. They're both using basically a button compression lock, similar to the smock, or the lock that's on the smock. You've seen I have sharpened this baby up. Took an incredible edge with the LMAX steel. But I truly love this type of locking system. Now, this guy is obviously a lot smaller than these two. So it is kind of cool to see a little bit of like a hybrid between the two and in a compact version. So I can get a full 4-finger grip choking back, but my pinky is, you know, hanging on there, but you can easily choke up. You have a dual ground blade, an M390 steel, titanium scales, titanium backspacer, and a titanium milled pocket clip. The whole deployment, very easy to get to. One thing I do want to say about the RSK, this guy has such an incredible detent. This guy also has a great detent. That's one thing I love about the compression button lock is they call it their top liner lock. Is that you're able to get a crispy detent with basically a button lock and a very strong locking system. Some of the tests I've shown have shown these locks to be able to hold up to 150 pounds, which is a lot of weight to apply to the spine of a knife. I'm not saying these will hold that, but I'm saying that's what I've seen from some tests with some compression locks. So there's the potential, which these feel extremely solid. They really do. Now, the button with this, you can see it's hooked to a liner. So you have a liner that drops in between the stop pin and the tang of the blade. Identical to a compression lock, but there's a button attached to it. That offers a nice strong lockup with a very easy disengagement. You can use it right or left-handed just as easily because you just use your pointer finger instead of your thumb to close it. However, the clip is not reversible on this guy. I love the blade shape, drop point blade, a good looking knife. It's an attractive looking knife. And this is definitely one that I think a lot of people are gonna love. It's done extremely well, you know, and these guys right here between the PSYOP and this RSK, I mean, it goes without saying, these were very, very popular Vosteed models and they did an extremely good job. These models really opened up my eyes to Vosteed. When I seen how they were able to knock these out of the park, I said, oh, we have a company here that can do the damn deal. And they did the same thing with this guy. So this does feel like a very high quality knife. Now, I do have some nitpicks and negatives, but of course, one being that it doesn't have a reversible clip. It's an ambidextrous knife. It should have a reversible clip. Now, I know that's not always possible because, you know, sometimes you have to use a different clip, you know, because it's not going to flip. So I understand why sometimes the companies don't. I know even with my first couple designs, I didn't do that either because of that exact reason. The next thing is that this clip. The clip is a little stubby. Like if you look at this one works really, really good because it's long, it's slim up here, so it has really good tension, like very light tension. This guy is a little bit more like this, where it is a little bit rougher and out of the pocket. There's a lot of tension pushing down. I would prefer it to have less tension. I know they cut this hole right here in order to relieve some tension, but they maybe should have thinned this out just a little bit more or something. Not that it's a big deal. It's going to slide in and out of the pocket just fine, but it is something that I prefer to have less tension. And that's just my preference. Some people might really want that tension. Next thing, this isn't really a negative, it's more of just like an observation. This doesn't do anything. The dual grind here is only for aesthetics, because if you're gonna cut like this, you know, like, and get some, like, I don't know what you'd even use a thicker portion right here for, but you're still gonna hit the thinner portion of the edge. And even if you did hit the thicker portion, like, you're gonna go between the thicker and the thinner portion. There's really no reason to have it thicker there. When you sharpen it, if you lower back the edge angle really far, it will be bigger right here than it will be right here. So that could look a little funny to some people. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Yeah, I know, like, it's just basically aesthetics, but when you sharpen it, like I said, you will have to live with the edge bevel being bigger here and smaller on this side. Being a compact knife like this, you know, you do feel the clip a bit. I don't even call it a hot spot at all, but you know it's there. It's definitely in your hand a little bit. When you choke up, it's a lot less in your hand, but, and like I said, it's not a hot spot. It's just, you know, you can feel it, which it has a clip. I'd rather have a clip and feel it than it not have a clip, for sure. So it's really not a negative. It's just, you know, this isn't going to be a knife you're going to bear down on, you know, through very dense materials long term. Not that you couldn't, because you absolutely could, but, you know, it's just a compact knife. So it's going to be a basic EDC knife, opening things up, you know, maybe break down a box, cut a couple zip ties, things like that. And it's going to work perfect for that. The blade steel being M390, you know, it's going to hold a good edge as long as Vosteed's doing a good job with it. I have not done an edge retention test with Vosteed steels yet. Maybe I should do that. I have tested their steels a bit as far as sharpening and using, you know, and honing and stropping back and things like that. I've done actually a bunch of their knives, but I've never done an actual controlled test where I take a 1-inch section of the blade and I cut cardboard until the edge that I apply on it starts to wear. But, you know, maybe we'll do that in the future. Either way, I would say this thing's going to be popular. It is a cool knife. These are available right now. I will have them linked down in the description. I freaking love the PSYOP. It's one of my favorite knives of 2024. And same thing with the RSK. These are both absolutely amazing knives. So it's cool to see them breeding and making babies. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.